couple of days, holding on to my faith and believing in Jesus and turning to God, I know that I'm going to overcome every time. I won't stay there. And I was reminded in scripture this morning about during the process of suffering, we have to persevere, or you have to have endurance, because I can hold on to the hope that I have in God. I have to, because the past 2 days have been some trying days. Yesterday, I woke up, head was hurting. I got to work. I got a real bad pain in my lower abdomen. I could barely walk. I just had to sit down and work through that pain. But despite all of that, I was still trying to push through the day. On my break time, I went to the park, did my prayer, I listened to worship music, I did all the things, came back in a good mood, only to get on a call and for the enemy to show up. Man, and it's crazy because I had a conversation before lunch that I think I allowed monitoring spirits to know how I felt and what was bothering me. Because baby, when I tell you they attack, they attack. But when I say it's a new day, and you don't have to tell me again, you do not have to tell me again. I don't hear nothing and I don't see nothing when it pertains to things of that nature, because I went through my job description with a fine-tooth comb on yesterday and took some notes and made some highlights. That's not in my job description. So moving forward, you don't have to worry about me, sweetheart. You do not have to worry about me, because what I will do is protect my peace. And I see that in this instance, I don't know, I will not allow you all to put me in a situation anymore where you try to make me feel that I am inadequate, unknowledgeable, or try to test my character. Had the audacity to ask for footage as if I made it up. Hey! But God, oh Lord, see my shirt this morning? God got me. My peace, my joy. Baby, and the enemy, you won't get this one. So y'all got that. I don't nobody come and tell me nothing. And as it pertains to that, I have absolutely nothing to do with it. I do not care anymore. And I promise you, I won't say a word. But Jasmine is protected because Jasmine is covered by the blood of God. Baby, the beauty of Christianity. I know from where my strength comes from. I know where my protection comes from. I'm safe. And I am secure. And that's the extent of that security, because I have to protect my peace. And they took me to a sunken place yesterday, to a broken place. And it's all about control. You can have it. I didn't ask for it. I don't have to be proactive anymore. Y'all just be reactive and see how that works out for you all. Because I did my part, and on multiple occasions, it's came back and let's try it this way. But you don't have anything in place. There's no standard. There's no policy. There's no procedure. There's no nothing. So, y'all got that. Y'all have that, and I mean that with every fiber in my being. And the messenger felt some kind of way. I didn't care. I cared, but I didn't. Because when I made a statement and they said, well, that's not the best thing to say. It might not be the best, but it's my truth. And just like I'm telling you, I'll tell them that as well. And I mean that. I mean that with every fiber of my being. No. Don't come to me and tell me anything, because I'm going to tell, nope, don't tell that to me. Let me walk you to who you can go and tell that to. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. And I mean that. I mean that, because in order for me to protect my peace and not be stressed out, I wash my hands with it, baby. I wash my hands with it. So that's all I'm going to do. Because my job description says observe security procedures. Observe. There are no procedures, so I have nothing to observe. When you put a procedure in place, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to observe it, baby. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's it. That's all. And I mean that. But outside of that, baby, it's going to be a glorious day. Because I'm leaving that and yesterday. Y'all be, baby, when I tell you, her hands are wiped. Nothing that you can come, baby. And I'm gonna I might do a follow-up email today, just to follow up with it and reinforce what I said with a little bit of documentation, just in case it wasn't clear. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put it in black and white. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, cause I enjoy what I do, and I'm gonna keep doing what I enjoy doing. Trying to go above and beyond? Nope. Say less. I don't have to, baby, cause my focus is doing what is pleasing to God. And if the enemy busy, I see the enemy. I see what the enemy is trying to do. But you're gonna win when it comes to that. You got it. Because I promise you, you don't have to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me, baby. But I'm gonna have a good day. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a shortened day because it's Friday. And then I have something that I'm doing tomorrow that's pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy today. I'm gonna enjoy my weekend, and I want y'all to do the same. Like, the beauty of what God is offering, baby, the world can't cause you no harm. They cannot. They can sidetrack you for a moment, but when I got over there and I pray and I ask God, you have to fight this battle for me. Take this battle away from me. I don't want it. I don't want it. I am giving it to you, and I am done with it. So y'all have a good Friday and have the most amazing weekend. Good morning. So this morning's message is going to be a little bit different, because I saw a video yesterday where someone talked about do it again, but try it with God this time. And it's crazy because over on Instagram, I used to follow a lot of business owners. And what I've noticed over the past few months, or basically for 2024, a lot of those businesses have pivoted from what they were initially doing back in, say, 2019, 2020. And they've either pivoted in their business and they're doing something completely different, or they've turned their life over to Christ. And some of them are starting to do Christian content, or I see one of them got baptized recently. It's just like to see the transformation and what's been done differently. And I think what the issue is that when they made their courses and their ebooks and all of those things, telling people how to do what they did, they over-exaggerated the earning potential on it. And now people look at them as scammers, so they got out of their industry. And your dishonesty was the reason why they consider you a scammer. And it's because if you wouldn't have, because a lot of times you're talking about these millions. Now, I'm not saying that the things that you all sold, you can make money in any business as long as you're being consistent and you understand the sales cycle, because you have to also understand when your down months are and when are your good months, like the holidays. You got Black Friday, you got Cyber Monday, you got sales leading up to Christmas. A lot more money is being spent. So yes, you probably did make 6 figures in 2 or 3 months. That's possible. But we also have to think about, like, the months that we're in now, August and September, are more of your slower sales months because everybody's going back to school, and that's where the money was put. Now, if you're doing something within that industry, yes, you can make a big bag. If you sell school supplies, or you selling children's clothing or things like that, yes, you probably did make a lot of money during that time. But it's crazy how I'm seeing where partnerships have ended, friendships have ended. All of these things have changed, and you want to know why? It's because you didn't put God at the center of it. God probably gave you the idea, but that was all he did. After he gave you the idea, you completely took him out of it. You stopped praying to him and asking him for direction. You didn't wait on his business plans. You just went about it your way, and now you've had to pivot and completely get out of that industry. Because if you were making so much money in that industry, why are you no longer a part of it? Because you didn't make that. Now, is it possible? Of course. course it is, but be transparent and be honest with the people of the earning potential or what you would have to do to get to that point. Because a lot of those businesses, yes, they made the income in those industries, but they did not make the figures that they told you that they made. They made those figures by selling you an ebook or a course or a mastermind or a mentorship. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with any of these things, because it is necessary and it can be beneficial. But we also have to take into consideration the fact that they probably over-exaggerated their numbers. That's just what I'm seeing now from so many businesses. And it's like, during those times I was following all of those people and I thought about getting their courses and stuff, but it's because they were dangling that carrot in your face and they wanted you to grab it. And I was just like, something's just not right. Something in my spirit would not just wouldn't allow me to purchase anything, even though I followed them, or I'm like, I'm gonna do it this Friday, I'm gonna do it this Friday, I'm gonna do it this Friday, and I would never do it, not knowing at the time that was just a discerning spirit within me, like, yeah, I think they over-exaggerate those numbers, and their target audience is probably looking for how they can make $1,000 a day, how they can do $20,000-$50,000 a month, how they can do $100K a month. So they are excited and they're overlooking all of the fine details because they're not asking all of the right questions. Because I think some of us forget we work a job. Think about that job, especially if it's anything that sells goods or anything. There are slow days. Every day is not a profitable day. And I think when people created these courses and ebooks, they didn't put all of that in there, or they didn't give the opportunity to answer all of those questions. Or you can be in like I know a lot of them, you'll be on a webinar with them and people are asking them questions and they're ignoring them because they don't have an answer.
Speed check
That's not
reported
important.
ahead on Scenic Highway North.
That doesn't fall in line with the presentation that they've written out, and they can't deviate from that because they're being unrealistic. Follow those who are being completely transparent in their business, or look for the middleman that they use, because a lot of them are learning this information from someone else and charging you 3 times the amount. Find the source. Spend some time there. But I ask anyone, just like with me surrendering my life to Christ, I do have an inner joy about me. I do have an inner peace. Not saying that there are not rough days. There are rough days. But because I'm being consistent and I'm getting in my word every day, because I'm being consistent and I'm praying several times a day, because I'm being consistent and asking God how He wants me to move and trying to live my life according to His way, and as opposed to the world, yes, I do have joy. I do have peace that the world didn't give me and the world cannot take away. And it's because I'm being consistent in God. I'm being consistent with surrendering my life to Him and allowing Him to lead my life. So, to those business owners that may have gotten out of business or they didn't get the success that they felt that they should have gotten the first time, this is a message to try it again. But this time, try it with God. Surrender your life to Him. Ask Him to confirm that this idea is from Him. And if it is, ask Him for that business plan. Ask Him for the direction. Ask Him how He wants you to deliver that business to His people, instead of doing it the world's way and going off of hearsay, because everybody out there is faking it till they make it. Everything is leased. Everything can be rented. Everything can be bought. People can paint an amazing picture for you. And that's what they're doing on social media. But it's just so crazy how I'm just seeing so many businesses. You were so successful in making all of these millions in that business, and now you just not doing it at all anymore. Because you never made those millions. That's why. If you never made those, you made those millions off those courses and those ebooks and selling other people a dream instead of selling them the facts. Let's just be honest on that. But yeah, it's crazy. I gotta redo my list on Instagram. That's why I don't be over there as much, because the stuff that I see and the realization that I have now that God has removed the veil and I can see people for who they are, He's definitely separating those people. And I do feel kind of bad for some of those that were saved and Christ followers during that time, and they had to pivot because somebody sold them a dream, and it just didn't turn out the way that they thought that it would. But it is not a reason to give up, especially if you feel like that thought or that plan came from God. So y'all have a blessed day. I know this message was all over the place, but I hope it made sense to somebody. But I'm just looking at, man, it's crazy. It is crazy. People getting baptized, but that is great. I'm so glad that you are getting saved. I just wish that you would have did all of this before the first time in your business, and then you probably wouldn't have failed at it. If it was God's will, then it would not have failed. So yeah, I just want to leave that with somebody. I hope that encouraged somebody. I hope that motivated somebody to, if you gave up on it in the past and you feel like it honestly came from God, do it again, but do it His way. Y'all have a blessed day.